Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Butter What Show. I'm here with my lovely co-host, Brian C. Moses, and I'm Brian's lovely co-host, Pat Regan. And we're going to be a little meta today. We're going to talk about something that's involved in the production of our episodes here, and it's these acoustic treatments we've done to our offices.
One right there?
Oh, where are you pointing?
I'm pointing at the corner of the only one in the frame. That was one of the things that was important to me. I wasn't really excited about having panels, especially right behind my head.
So what did you do for sound panels, Brian?
Well, I wound up going with the Elgato Wave panels. Is that a new product? Recently
it's pretty new.
Newish?
It's reasonably new. A few months, maybe. Now, I'm going to tell you, and my sound panels are similar. These are low-grade sound panels. Everybody's going to tell us. And everybody says, don't waste your money on these Elgato Waves and these cheap panels I got because they don't make much difference. But I'm going to tell you, I thought it made a ton of difference.
I don't even have the ears. I mean, like, when people talk about good audio and bad audio, I can't really define that it's better, but after you put up the panels in your office, you definitely sounded better. And then after doing it this past weekend, I don't know that it sounded better in my office, but it instantly sounded different just from when we started to when we were done.
Yep. I
don't know what that is. I'm not an audiophile, but there's definitely something different as a result, and I hope it's better.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be better.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
We're going to find out when I edit this episode and get to hear the raw wave file.
If we had been smart, we would have recorded a little sound clip before we got it started, and then say the same thing afterwards to hear them before and after.
When I first started podcasting, Brian, I took my little Zoom microphone and recorder that I was using to record my audio. I went into the closet, parted the shirts and pants and whatnot, and I put my head in between there, and I spoke a couple of sentences. They told me that my audio is bad, so I'm in the closet. And I listened to that, and I was like, wow, that sounds better than in my office. And I figured that's what I'm trying to eventually
attain.
Yeah. This isn't quite there, but this is like 95% of the way there.
That's good.
And I'm betting you're going to be.
I hope so.
Same way. But tell me about these wave panels, Tubby, from Elgato.
I think the big selling point of these is that they have they're in a hexagon shape. That's different. And then they have a cool little snap together frame that you can stick to or, use a drywall screw to mount them to the wall and help you kind of make, I don't want to say nifty patterns, kind of cool patterns that are a little more interesting than maybe a square
panels
or a diamond, I guess. A square rotated a few degrees.
Yeah, I went with the rotation. I thought that was... My panels are not the Elgato Wave panels. I had to kind of DIY these. There's... For about 50... Well, the boat... Let's back up a second. The Elgato Wave panels, it's about $100 for six panels?
Six for $100, yeah. I put up 12 panels.
And I know I did the precise math, but it's somewhere around 10 square feet of wall covering in six of your panels, I think. Mine came in a 12-pack. No, 10-pack? My sound panels are 12 inches by 12 inches, so the math is really easy.
I like easy math.
I had to buy the felt back piece, which is the thicker, denser part, and then this mushroom-shaped front end. And I'll put a picture up here somewhere. Oh, I have pictures, Tubby. Here. So for about $50, got me each kind of panel enough to glue them together. I used spray adhesive that I already had. That's about $10 extra. And mine didn't come with fancy hanging solutions like yours did. Yours came with something like a 3M command strip that you can glue it to the wall. Mine each have one little of the tiniest nail that I own. It's almost like a thumbtack. Each one is just, stuck into the wall. But I'm very pleased, and I'm pleased with the way yours sounds too, I think.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm excited to hear the before and after.
This episode of the Butter What Podcast is filmed before a live YouTube studio audience. Did you know that?
Socially distanced.
Yeah, before Brian ordered his panels, we were arguing. I say that a lot, but
debate.
Is it more work to glue my panels together and hang them on the wall, or would it be more work to hang the Elgato panels that are supposed to be easy to hang? And it's not quite 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, is it, Tubby? But
I bet you it's pretty equivalent. Spray some things, put two things together.
Yeah, but then I had to wait.
Yeah.
Right. I had a waiting step. But when we hung up your panels a few days ago, I kept pulling panels down and putting them back up to get the pattern to look right.
Yeah.
And that was a surprising amount of work, trying to puzzle out which way to, because they have a different shapes.
There are two different panels. There are two different styles, and you can rotate them, and you can rotate them more than or less than 90 degrees. So there's a lot of variation potentially in there.
Yeah, you can make S's or not S's or straight lines, and it depends on which ones you have. And after you hung a few, you have half of one, half of the other, and then you're trying to be like,
you move them around, you kind of jigsaw some things.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I think we did an okay job, Tubby. And what about that other sound panel behind you there?
That other sound panel, this one, is amazing. It's probably way more square footage than the rest of them added together when you factor in the thickness and the amount of space between it and the wall.
Yeah, it's not just square footage that you need. You need thickness.
Yep.
Too. But just having
volume.
One thick panel doesn't help. Right? You still need to catch the bounces on other walls. And yeah, it's important. But that one's pretty much a legit sound panel with the mineral wool inside, and it's 3 inches thick. It's a heavy duty. I want to put a light colored sound panel up so we can see Bender better.
Yeah, I'd like to see Bender
on that
better.
Dark background.
So what are you going to do for your ceiling?
Well, when I put your sound panel behind you together, I had to buy a whole bag of insulation that's bigger than Chris. It's a big bag of insulation. Each piece is 48 inches long and 16 inches wide, I think, to fit in between two studs. And they're all 3 inches thick, and there's got to be 10 or 12 sheets in there. So I should probably make some sound panels like that to hang off the ceiling, but I haven't been to Home Depot yet to buy lumber.
I can't remember which YouTuber I was looking at, but he was talking about curtains, little 6-inch. I mean, I don't know how long they were, but like rows of curtains just hanging from the ceiling. That looked interesting.
Gerald Undone has fantastic videos in general, but one of the things he said with all the fancy panels he put up, he was happiest with the audio when he just hung one sound blanket, and he still hangs it right next to where he's sitting, just off the frame.
Yeah.
Like a real acoustic blanket, not a moving blanket, but they're like double moving blankets, I guess. But I've been trying to improve something in my audio or video every single time I record a podcast or do one of these live streams. And I feel like I've gotten to a plateau here.
Yeah. What'd you improve today?
Nothing. I was lucky to just get everything.
I see a bright red light behind your head.
Oh, yeah, I did a little accenting. Yeah, and I've used your spotlight here but to me, I haven't improved me in any way, and I'm a little bummed out about that. I don't know what the next thing is going to be, but whatever the next thing is, if we need it, it's going to be pricey next time. Yeah,
we're quickly approaching the law of diminishing returns.
Yep, you're absolutely right, Lieutenant Data. You got to, and when my friend Alex explained it to me, you want to catch the things that are coming right out of your face in front of you, And then those are probably going to bounce behind you. You want to catch the things that are going to be behind you. That's the biggest pair of things. And I'll tell you, when we hung just the 3 or 4 or whatever panels in front of you last night, Saturday night, whenever
Saturday
that was,
night, yeah,
I did the clap test, and it was a huge improvement right there. Because I think you've got some sound panel already that your face was already behind you, and we had some in front of you. And Brian's walls are not 90 degrees in there. There's a 45-degree wall and
I'm sitting in the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, there's several things that help out a bit there. But I'm excited. I think you're doing a good job, Tubby.
I think so too. Do I need more?
Oh, Frank Paul is asking us, how do you know how much coverage to use? More is almost always better, but
too much.
As you hang things, I have my noise cancel. I can't hear it. When you hear that reverb from your clap, you'll notice if you clap before you start hanging panels up, and you start when you get about half of them up, you're probably going to notice a difference. I have 2 sets of panels, Tubby. Alex gave me the first half. He brought them over, and that was enough. It was the dozen panels was plenty. 12 square feet was enough for my little 11-foot square office. But it looked stupid back here. So I got another 12 for another $50 and finished off to fill in the pattern, and then I filled in the other corners with. You
talked me out of buying a third set of 6. I was ready to put another set in.
I don't think you're going to need it.
I don't think I'm going to either, and I don't know where else I would put them. Maybe on the
we got a pretty good symmetry.
Maybe on the door. I don't know. If I put them
knowing how you enjoy symmetry, I'd be tempted to put 5 more over by your other desk.
Yeah.
Just to make that match. But I don't think you need it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, James. Floor too. Carpeting helps. I don't think carpeting absorbs as much as you would hope it does, but it does help. It definitely helps. And
some shag
our friend
carpet.
Alex told me, if you have extra sound panels and you're going to be recording like this, put them on your desk. Because this flat wood surface underneath me here is bouncing things too. But like you were saying, Brian, there's diminishing returns. Once you go so far, the rest is you need to buy a lot of panels.
And a lot of the experts on YouTube that we talk to say there's such thing as too much too, right? For this kind of content, you don't necessarily want to sound like you're in a sound booth where
it's whisper booth.
It's just my voice that you're hearing. You want to hear some of that ambient, some of that reverberation, but not too much.
It has to sound real.
Yeah.
We talked about this with Alex on the podcast. When you have audio like that, the sound engineers will add room noise as a separate track or multiple tracks and tune all that in and
I think
we've hit a good spot.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so too.